Welcome back to 3 and Out. I'm Brian Carr here with Ryan Orlovsky. Some call it over-under, but we'll call it more or less. Orlovsky, we can't go even, just more or less, no matter what. Let's kick it off. First one, games that Matt Ryan will win in his sophomore season with the Falcons next year. 3 and Out says he'll win 6 games.
You got to go more because Ryan's more experienced now than he was coming into this year, and he had great numbers this year, so who's to say he's not going to do it again? He's going to be more successful next year.
I agree. You got to throw in the fact that he's going to be more familiar with the offense, and then Michael Turner coming back and Norwood as well. It's going to be a great tandem there, and Roddy White for years to come possibly because they're all fairly young as well. So 9 wins is what I'm going to give them for next season. That's my guess. Next one. Chances Michael Vick wins a job with an NFL team in 2009. 3 and Out believes he's got a 51% chance, more or less.
Some would disagree with this, but I have to say more because once they bring Mike Vick in and they work him out, they're going to see just this guy just didn't lose that talent. You know, he's someone that's too talented. Somebody who's struggling is going to give him a shot in minicamp.
I'm going to have to go less. I mean, I think they have a great quarterback draft coming in. You know, it really kind of got a little taken off from with Bradford, McCoy, and Tebow all going back, but you still got Stafford in the mix, and you still got John Parker Wilson. There's still some decent quarterbacks out there that I think they'd rather give someone like that a shot than someone who's already had their chance at fame and really just flushed it down the toilet by flicking off his own fans and the long rap sheet of fighting dogs and all that stuff. Shouldn't be a huge need for him. His on and off the field problems. And there's no need for a running quarterback in the NFL. I'm going to say he's got a 30% chance. Games started and wins for John Smoltz as a Red Sox in 2009. 3 and Out guesses 20 starts and 9 wins for Smoltzy, more or less.
I'm going to say more and more. I'm going to think he's going to get around 25 starts, and he's going to win at least 10 games with that Boston offense. And Smoltz, I mean, he's coming off that injury and that surgery, but I think he's going to have a big year.
I'm going to go more and more as well. I think he should rebound strong, get more wins with a better offense. He had no support in Atlanta the last few years. A lot of games that he would come out after 7, 8 innings, giving up 1 run, and Atlanta would do what they always do and get on their knees and blow the game, and it was pathetic. I'm going to give him 27 starts and 13 wins is going to be my guess with a powerful offense behind him with the reigning MVP, American League MVP as well. Games UGA will win in 2009 without Stafford and Marino. 3 and Out gives those dirty dogs 6 wins, more or less.
You have to go more. Here we go with this Joe Cox again. I mean, like you just said, undefeated as a high school quarterback. He's at Georgia for a reason. Too much young talent on this team as well to only win 6 games.
I agree with you completely. More, you know, he's not going to lose. They won't lose many more games down the stretch. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And losing a lot, yes. But, again, Joe Cox, great. He's going to be a good quarterback. You got to give him credit for it. And then you also are, if you haven't seen Georgia's draft class, it's pretty impressive. So the team is going to also get better. They got a lot of key players coming back as well, a lot of young players. They're wide receiver rich. Let's not forget about that.
They really
and then
are.
Caleb King is finally going to get a good shot at maybe being the #1 running back. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give the Dogs 9 wins, but I think they will lose to Arkansas next year. I'm calling it. Number of wins the Celtics have by the end of the year. 3 and Out thinks the C's win 52 games, more or less.
I think you got to go more here because that would mean they have to go 500 in the second half, and I don't see the Celtics going 500 in the second half. Like we mentioned this last show, they're too experienced and they have too much talent on that team.
How many do you think they're going to end up with, roughly?
Probably somewhere around 60, I'd say.
Yeah, I was going to say more as well. I think they'll end up with about 63. Again, with the same as like I was saying about the Bulldogs, I think this team will not lose many more down the stretch. Again, they're going to get better, and especially closer to when it gets closer to the playoffs, they're really going to start stepping it up. But right now, it's too early in the season, even though it's almost at the halfway point, to get out of get really upset with all the weird losses. I mean, it's really early, and there's a lot of basketball left. I do see them winning about 60-something games, and they'll start winning the tougher ones. Wins Eric Mangini gets in his first season, I should say, in Cleveland. 3 and Out suggests 7 is a fitting number of wins for Manginius as the Browns coach next year.
I'm going to have to go more, but not much more. I think the Browns are going to have definitely a better year than last year, and they're going to get probably around 8 wins because I think if Brady Quinn gets a shot at quarterback again, I think he's not going to disappoint. Brady Quinn, I think, is the real deal coming out of Notre Dame.
You might be right, but I'm going to say less. I don't think they'll quite get 7. I don't think they'll quite get 7. They won 4 this year, and they had a pretty decent offense with Derek Anderson and Jamal Lewis, but they need about a couple years to build that defense up because it was not very good. I'm going to give them about 6 wins, so he'll be kind of somewhere in there. He's going to do a good enough job to where they're going to say we're heading in the right direction. But I don't see him winning 7 games. Chances of an SEC team making it into the Sweet 16. 3-and-out forecasts a 32% chance for the SEC, more or less.
I'm going more solely on what you saw with Georgia last year, and you see anything can happen in March. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but Georgia didn't actually make it anywhere in the tournament. I mean, they beat Xavier, and I think they made it into the 2nd round, but they didn't make it to the Sweet 16. That's pretty rough.
I think it's possible that.
You're right. It's possible. I'm gonna go with less. I'm an SEC fan. I'm an Arkansas fan, but I don't really see a team that really looks good enough. I mean, Florida and Tennessee appeared to be the best at the beginning of the season, but Tennessee has definitely had some holes.
I think Florida's going to get in.
And Florida has a shot, but it's really hard to say. Arkansas is good, but they can't win on the road, and it's pretty up in the air. But I don't think we'll see a Sweet 16 SEC team. Now it's time for our Piedmont Sports Minute. That will start right now, and we're going to talk about how Piedmont Sports has struggled all year long. What do you think, Ryan?
The Piedmont Blues. The girls basketball team, 11-game losing streak after winning that overtime thriller against Millsaps, and with the season they had last year, how can you not just cry the Blues? These girls, I mean, they really didn't lose too much talent from last year, but they are struggling right now, 1-11. And then you move on to guys basketball. They're young, but things don't get much better. They're getting back on track now, but when you play teams like Toccoa Falls and you absolutely stomp them, it's really difficult to say how good a team that you are, and they get all excited about winning a game like that. I mean,
it's true. I gotta say the soccer underperformed this year. They came close, but wasn't good enough. Same with volleyball. It's really looking pathetic for Piedmont because they've never gone a season since they've been in GSAC and the GSAC conference and NCAA since 2000. They've never had a year where they failed to win a GSAC championship in any sport. This year could be that year. We're going to have to pretty much at this point leave it up to baseball, maybe softball, maybe tennis. I don't know, but it's not looking good right now. Someone needs to win a GSAC championship because we've never done that before. Now it's time to close out the show. Before we do, we're going to do the Win This Booty. This is going to be good for a Andrew Jones autographed baseball bat. It's a fake autograph.
It's a fine piece of lumber.
But it was given away at a baseball game in Turner Field. So it is a pretty crappy piece of lumber. The question is, Heisman Trophy winners have gone 1-6 in BCS National Championship games since 1998. Who is the one player to win the title in the same year as winning the Heisman? All you got to do is send that answer to 3noutsports@gmail.com. If you're right, you win the bat. So you can win the booty as well. It's going to wrap it up for us here on 3 and Out. Until next time, I guess we'll see you next time. We've got only 6 more shows ever, so if you'd like to be a special guest on 3 and Out, or if you want to share your opinion on something, shoot us an email, whatever, at 3noutsports@gmail.com. I'm Brian Carter.
I'm Ryan Orlovsky.
That was 3.
And we're out.